Welcome to a couple of bunkies. Last year we were going to make a really awesome project with a new CNC that we had gotten off of Facebook Marketplace. I wanted to design some quick and easy projects so I could have a kind of a cut-on-demand business. But as you had seen in a previous video, that little CNC decided to go kaput. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I drew up these images, created CAD files for a CarveWright CNC using an old version of Designer, and ultimately cut them out with a bandsaw. So join us in this little adventure. We had made some amazing Halloween decorations a few years ago, so we're going to go ahead and use some of the same artwork from those files. I'm going to go ahead and make 4 different varieties of pumpkins. Most of the variation is going to be the mouth and eyes. I think the CNC is able to handle 15-inch boards, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the scale. The white square in the background is the equivalent of a sheet of paper for scale. Now I copy and paste the original image so I can go ahead and start making some more of our pumpkins. Let's go ahead and speed through this. If you're interested in watching me do some artwork live, I often do it on live streams. Consider subscribing and hit the bell icon. Currently, we're working on some Zelda-inspired alphabet border for our children's room. So I wanted to make this a product that I could cut out fairly easily. So I want to set up a CAD file for my CarveWright CNC. First, I have to implement the dimensions of the lumber I'm planning to use. Now I go to import an image file. All the software on the CNC is behind a paywall. I think I'm going to do a full video complaining about this later. So I'm going to start off with a simple drawing. This program works on a grayscale, so I believe white is a 0 depth and black is 100% cut through. On this page you can adjust the depth and the size of the image. You're even able to invert the image. But honestly, for what we're trying to do, this is not entirely necessary. After I get done editing the image, I save the image. I go to Carving and Pattern tool. This opens up a window where I can access the saved files. And I can drag and drop the image right onto the project. Now I want the CNC to cut this out for me, not just have a relief image onto the piece of wood. So I click on Outline Pattern. Then I can click on the outside line of the drawing. Then I can select Cut Path. So here's where you select the cutting bit, the number of tab, the tab spacing, and the tab height. You can also do your inset and your maximum depth path. I wouldn't go over 1/4 inch. Now I can do the same to cut out the eyes and mouth hole. First I save this file, just in case this program crashes. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same process for the other images. So one of the really awesome reasons I went with a CarveWright system is because you can do 12 feet worth of material. This is me attempting to utilize it by having the project length around 6 feet. I import the JPG file and I resize and make sure all the images look okay. Now I can go back into the carving and pattern tools and drag and drop the image onto the project. Then I can select Outline Pattern, select all the lines that I want to cut through. This time I'm going to try to do all the eyes and mouth as well. Then I can select the cut path mode. So the CNC we ended up getting, the last file that I was able to retrieve from the saves was from 2006. The first issue that we ended up having with it was that the belts ended up being dry rotted and fell apart. And I will get a video up on where to get customized belts because they no longer produce them for this. They have rubber belts. The second big problem was that the router collet wouldn't hold the router bits anymore. So I am left to going ahead and cutting everything out by hand on a bandsaw. So I suppose you can enjoy watching me cut these out with the bandsaw. These simple projects actually ended up being one of my favorite. It was actually one of the first projects that my son was able to help color. After cutting out the 4 pumpkins and skulls, I ended up having a little bit left over that I could go ahead and try to hand draw a cat. And my God, it ended up being so realistic afterwards. I was amazed. My wife had done something special with the eyes when painting it to make it almost look like the cat was always looking at you. And here is how the decorations look. We had a real spooky time, and I hope you did too. And again, thank you for watching and have a spooky Halloween.